Hey, everybody. I wanted to give you a quick tour of the Remnant Counselor Collective membership experience. So let's dive in. All right. When you first log in, you're going to see this page, which is your member dashboard. Everything that you see over here is really just for us as administrators. So this won't be here, but you'll see everything in this window. Okay. So everything that you see here is unique to you and your own experience of the community based on what you selected as your tags when you were setting up your membership experience. So let's take a quick look. First things first is challenges here. So these are challenges that you've accepted and are participating in, and there'll be a different video on what challenges are. But just so you know, this is just keeps everything front and center if you're in the middle of working on a challenge. As you scroll down, you'll get these recommendations of content or groups or members of the community that are relevant to you based on your unique interests. If these things don't suit you, you can always click the refresh button and you'll get a new set of 3 recommendations of things to look into. All right, so we scroll down, you'll see all of your member activity. So these are things that you have jumped in. If you're on all activities, you could click on groups here to see what groups you are a member in. Same with e-courses, products, organizations, all these different things on down the line, things that you are actively participating in within Remnant Counselor Collective. All right. Up here, if you want to share content with other members in the community, you can do that here. Well, there'll be a different video on how to actually do that. Or if you wanted to share a story, you can do that here. There's also a message inbox. So if people in the community are messaging you and they want to contact you directly, you have your own unique inbox and you can respond to people that way. But let's take a quick look now at the main menu. For the general public, they will see events and blogs. So these are things that everybody can access, no matter who they are, even if they're not a member of the community. All right. Events will just showcase what events we have coming up. As a member, you're going to get access to 2 community-wide gatherings per month. We'll share more about what's involved in those, but those events can be accessed here. You can click into them, read about the event, and register for the event. Just like that. All right. If you want to just read the blog, see what's latest on our blog, you can do that here. It's always going to populate with the newest blog, but you can also sort that by what's relevant to you. And it will kind of filter the whole blog based on the tags that you've selected, based on your interests and things that you would like to see more of. All right, now this is where things get really unique for members only, and that's the resources and the community tabs in the menu. These things will not be visible to just the general public. All right, so there are 2 arms to Remnant Counselor Collective. One is resources. We want to resource and equip you for a couple of things. One, for just effective therapeutic work from a Christian perspective. We are a collective, and so we're bringing together all of the knowledge and insights and experience of Christian counselors who are a part of the community, but then also a select few experts on that topic to help resource us for effective Christian therapeutic work. All right. But then we're also resourcing you for just your own flourishing as a person. As you'll quickly start to see here, what's important to RCC is the flourishing of the therapist first and foremost, so that way they can be effective when it comes to clinical work with clients. All right. So let's take a look at each of these really quickly. The content library is all content that's ever been created as a part of the community here. So this is user-generated content, blog posts, member-exclusive articles. Anything that's been created exists here. You can see that it gets pretty overwhelming. There's multiple pages of content here. But if you're looking for something specific, you can either search by keyword or you can filter down the entire library by these different filter criteria. All right. You can also sort by these different options here, or you can even post as a member your own content. And we'll have a different video on how to actually post content. But it's good for you to know that members in the community can share and collaborate with their own experiences and their own expertise. Okay. So that's the resource library. We have a unique section of resources here called therapy resources and worksheets. And this is for you in your clinical work. Oftentimes we're working with clients and we want to give our clients a worksheet to work on to help them sort through something in their treatment plan, or a bit of homework, or maybe we want to educate them on anxiety or depression or things like that. This is a great place to come to look for those resources. You can see that we've divided everything up into these different categories, from therapeutic techniques and exercises to treatment planning to practice management resources and so on. But let's just dive into one of these for an example. So let's say we're working with a client and we need to give them something to really work things out. We can click into client worksheets, see just real briefly here what exists in this section, but we can come down here and search. Okay. So let's say we're looking for something related to, I don't know, anxiety. Let's just see what happens. All right. Oh, cool. So there's this ACT, moving from control to acceptance document. Let's click into that. All right. We can read a bit about what this is. And then if we like it, we can click on the PDF and see that it'll open up an actual worksheet to help clients work with anxiety based on acceptance and commitment therapy principles. All right. So that's just an example of how the therapy resources and worksheets work. All right. Courses. Right now, we don't have any courses published, but we do have several courses that are in the middle of production. So these will soon be populated here, and you'll see them here. You can just start a course. The way these are going to work will be a little bit unique in terms of content resources. So as members, you're going to get discounts to courses that are offered from experts in different areas. The general public can come in and purchase these courses for full price, but as a Remnant member, you get a Remnant discount on all courses, but there may even be some courses in here that you get access to for free as a member. So just keep your eye out on different trainings. Some of these trainings are going to be clinical trainings to help you just in your professional work, but there's also going to be some courses here to help you with your own just personal development and growth. So you'll see more populated here, and we'll get in touch with you and let you know when there's courses available to you. All right, resources. Last bit here. So different from the blog, we have member exclusive articles. So these are things that are not available to the general public, but you have access to a growing resource of just insights and knowledge from experts in our field, specifically counselors and therapists who are experts in Christian integration and integrative therapy. They're in here sharing different aspects from their own experience. And it's possible for you to be able to share some of these things exclusive to members as well, but they'll just have to be approved by the RCC staff to be included in this library. But let's just take a quick look. All right. So there's different categories of articles that are member only. All right. Some of these are, we can just take a look here. We have Dr. W's brain. So that's Dr. Wichterman, who's one of our founders. He's got a whole section here of kind of his own, he's just emptying his brain for you in different posts here. All right. But there's other things like related to diversity and cultural competency, self-care and burnout. And this is just going to be an ongoing, growing database of articles for you. Okay. All right. Let's go to the community side now. All right. So this is the bread and butter of what RCC is all about. There's all the different associations we could be a part of in our field are great at giving us resources like we just walked you through. But it's so hard for us to find connection with like-minded professionals and to build those relationships. And so what we find is that isolation and burnout are pervasive in our field, especially for Christian therapists. And so this is the main problem that we're solving. We're trying to get you connected in a community, in a safe community of people who get you and understand what you're dealing with day to day on not only a professional level, but even on a personal level. So we want you to find support and encouragement here. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how we find that. The first thing that you need to be aware of is the member lounge. The member lounge is a group for all members. Every member of RCC exists in this member lounge. And you can see that it's basically like a Facebook group, on steroids. There's a main discussion thread here, a description of what this group is for. As this thread begins to grow, you might want to be able to filter the thread to find specific things. But you'll be able to see this number growing of members in the community that are a part of the main member lounge. And this is where you can just pop in, check on how the community's doing, maybe share what's going on in your week, or maybe you had a particularly difficult day and you just want to kind of share about it here and get some encouragement. Again, we're going to stay professional in this community. We can walk you through some of our bylaws and member kind of guidelines for how to participate. But we want this to be a life-giving, encouraging space for you with people who are really doing the same work that you're doing and who understand what you're dealing with day to day. All right, so that's the member lounge. Let's dive into challenges really quickly. So challenges, well, I'm actually going to go groups, because groups, we were just in the member lounge group. That's for member wide, but you may want to dive into something that's a little bit more interest based or specific, maybe like a consultation group, or maybe just a group for your own, your own support and well-being. All right, so let's see what's available here. Right now, we're in the middle of building more groups, so you'll see more available here, but you're going to see a list of all groups that we have built out. And again, this is going to grow. All right, you can see here there's some by state. So this is where you can connect with Christian counselors and therapists in your own state, so people doing similar work near you. But then you're also going to see some other things here, like starting and growing a practice and spiritual growth. So as this continues to grow and there's more and more groups, it can be hard to find your way through. So I want to walk you through the search options here. All right, let's say you're looking for a group and what you're really needing to solve is maybe just kind of, I don't know, just some, maybe you're looking for a consultation group because maybe you don't have one in your area. All right, so we can look at group types here. Click on the consultation group, and we'll click search, and it'll filter down the entire group list to give us consultation group options. We're going to cap consultation groups at 10, so that way we don't have massive consultation groups that you don't really get a lot of benefit from. But if you're a part of an existing consultation group and you want to replicate that here and have kind of a digital space for your group, you can contact us and we can build a custom group for you that's kind of exclusive to a pre-existing group. So even if you have 20 or 30 counselors a part of an existing group, we can build that for you in here. But just know that the other ones, we're going to cap them at about 10 counselors. So that way they're small and we can actually do that effective work in helping each other out. All right, so that's groups. We have a member directory here. So this is where you can search for other members in the community. Again, you can search to help you find specific kinds of people. Maybe you're looking for somebody in your area, or maybe you're looking for somebody who has a specific clinical focus. Like, maybe like, man, I need help with addiction. Like who in our community is really equipped with addiction skills in therapy or whatever, right? It's going to filter down the whole member community to find specific people. And let's say you find somebody that you want to connect with. You can click into their profile, direct message them, read about them, see what things that they've done for work, kind of their quick professional resume, and then stories they've shared in the community, or things that they've done within RCC. You can kind of see their participation here. All right. So that's, again, helping you connect. We don't want you to be isolated. We want you to be able to find people to connect with and to build a community to support you as a therapist. All right, let's look at stories here. So we all know how powerful stories are. This is a great place for you to be able to share. I mean, you could share your whole story, maybe your testimony, if you will, or maybe you just had a hard day and you want to share about it. Or maybe you had a success with a client that you've been working with for a long time and you just finally had a breakthrough. Obviously, we want to protect client privacy, but it's just nice to be able to have a place to go and share what's going on in your own experience, and to be able to read what's going on for other people. And when you do that, you can come in here and even provide comments and post back and forth about different stories and things that you're sharing. All right. So this is all aimed at helping you realize you're not alone. No matter how isolated you may feel in your profession, there's a place to go, a place to be connected. All right. And lastly, let's look at challenges. All right. Challenges exist. You're going to see here, there's a lot here that's just different challenges you can accept to help you make the most of your membership. But as you start to get comfortable, you're going to be able to find challenges here that are unique to just helping you thrive. All right. So maybe you're really stuck in your spiritual journey, or maybe you're battling your own anxiety. You can see here that there's a few challenges you could accept to just grow in an area. Sometimes all we need is just a little um, something to just get us started in an area that we've been stuck. All right. So let's look at this one, for example. This one's tied to an article called An Attempt at the Theology of Dealing with Anxiety. So you could read the article and then see that there's several um, resources to help you battle anxiety that are a part of that article. And so this challenge is to select one of those resources and to actually apply it and start working out your own anxiety as a therapist. All right. So that's just one example of a challenge. But all this is for is to help you thrive. We want you to be equipped to avoid the risks of burnout. I mean, it's pervasive. Most of us are going to experience it at some point in our career, and we want this space to be a place that's going to help you overcome that or avoid it altogether. And isolation is the other piece. We're in clinical work all day long. It's hard for us to connect with people who really understand us, and so this is a place that's always available to you to connect with people who get it, who are in it with you, and to know that there's a place of people who are doing therapy from a Christian perspective, and we're all in it with each other. So we hope you enjoy. We can't wait for you to join us. The community opens on March 18th, 2025, and we just are excited to welcome you as a community member.